So about a year ago, I designed Find the Doge Heads 2's hardest doge. This doge was like nothing ever seen in the game before. It used complex ciphers, spectrograms, etc., and was overall insanely challenging. Everything for this doge is currently scripted and functions properly, and has even been tested many times to ensure it is in perfect working order. As a matter of fact, everything for this doge is in the game right now, but it's currently impossible to actually get the badge. Today, I'll be revealing the secrets of Find the Doge Heads 2's lost doge, how to get it, and the reason why it was never added. So what actually was this doge? Is it the blue thing in the checklist, or is it something that's never been seen before? Well, the answer to that question is neither. In fact, it's technically a badge in the game and people already have gotten it. Of course, I'm talking about Astral Doge, the rage-inducing RNG-based space shooter doge. Astral Doge was never supposed to be what it is today, but recently, I decided against making it the hardest badge in the game. Space-related doges are usually always hard, so when I began making this complex hunt, I thought Astral Doge would be a good fit. The only reason its quest was changed is because its original idea was scrapped, which is also the reason I'm making this video. Speaking of its original idea, what was it? As said before, this doge was going to be insanely difficult. The idea behind this doge was that it was supposed to be a hunt that would span across a large portion of the game with little to no clues. Everyone would have loved it, right? Anyways, the hunt would have begun with a live event, which would have added a leaderboard above spawn that would display the first 5 players to get the badge, along with some kind of message that would pop up and explain what was happening. As soon as the event would have ended, the hunt would begin. The actual message that would have appeared during the event was never made, but it would have most likely had the first clue hidden somewhere within it. This clue would have led to the first step, which could be completed by heading over to this rock in the jungle, waiting until night, and deciphering the text that was on the rock. This string of text could be put into a Caesar cipher and will display one of 4 messages, these being
Glitch devours, hellbound, corrupt status,
and
lightness does not shine.
to make this hunt more unique for everyone, some of the steps would have been slightly different for each player. The newfound phrase, which doesn't relate to Astral at all, "I don't know what I was thinking," could have been said in chat, and when done so, would have added a new button to the screen. Upon clicking the button, a simple UI would pop up with a 0 in the middle. Every hour, this 0 would change into random 4-digit codes, but only one of them would be right. Once the correct code was found, it could be typed into the red phone box in the city, revealing a portal. Some players may recall Developer Doge being broken for a short period of time, and this was the exact reason why. The code for this hunt canceled out the one for Developer Doge and made it unobtainable until it was fixed. When the player entered the portal, it would have taken them to a place called
Broken space.
This place is a glitched out version of the very first incarnation of Spawn. The colors here are representative of Astral Doge's colors, but were originally supposed to be red, green, and blue. In this area, you can find a man standing on the borders of Spawn, and when talked to, will ask for his name. To find his name, the player would have to look behind the sign at Spawn with the camera partially zoomed in. On the sign was the man's name, which could have been
Leonard, Houston, Stewart,
or
Matthew.
Telling the man his name would take the player back to the main game, but nothing would immediately seem different. Eventually though, 4 parts would randomly flash 3 times to reveal a code, and depending on how many parts flash at once, that would be a new number for your code. For example, if 2 parts flashed and then 1 part flashed, the first 2 numbers on the code would be 2 and 1. Typing the code into the feedback section of the menu and sending it would give the player an item. This item was called Broken Shard, and would spit out random letters, which when put together would lead to a YouTube link. The video revealed is called Connection Terminated. The entire video is just a black screen, and the audio sounds like slowed down garbage. Upon further inspection, if the player were to put the audio into a spectrogram, it would reveal yet another string of numbers. Similar to one of the previous steps, if this code was typed into the blue phone box, the player would have been given an item called the light key. The key was similar in design to the keys for
Redacted,
or
redacted.
taking this key to the door behind the mountain on the corrupted island with the mushrooms would finally reveal what's behind it. And what's behind it was... That's as far as I got before I scrapped the idea. For this section in my notepad, I wrote, Step 9, present the key to the rock door at the one purple island. Door will open with a portal inside. Step 10, Really hard obby with multiple stages similar to the likes of Roblox battles. But those ideas were never actually made. The area behind the door is going to be the final dimension. What the final dimension really had in store was going to be revealed after all this time. But it never was. The top 5 players would have gotten a trophy, a lump sum of coins, a special tool, a doge of their choosing, etc. But they never did. Now, one question remains. Why did I scrap this doge? Most things seem complete and ready to be added. Why would I stop this far after taking all this time to make the most complex puzzle in the game? Well, the truth is, I don't know. Sure, the whole thing seems a little convoluted and a bit repetitive, but I really don't have an exact answer for this. There's just something wrong with it, but I can't put my finger on it. Something that is stopping me from adding it to the game. It will never be added to the game. If you're disappointed, I'm sorry. Maybe one of these days I'll revisit the idea and remake it into something new and different. But for now, this is where it ends. Thanks for watching.